dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Well, good Thursday morning to you. I'm back. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at that forecast. Brandon, long time no see. I feel like it's been quite a while since I've seen you on this. It's a foggy morning too as well.
It is a foggy morning. We're going to continue to watch that for a while longer, but the rain has ended for now. It won't be back before too long, but we're going to continue to see a drier day today. A cloudy day, though. Let's take a look at what's happened in the last 6 hours, and you did see we had some rain out there for quite a while, and those skies have gradually started to clear this morning. Maybe a couple of sprinkles still left over in some areas. Live pinpoint Doppler radar nice and quiet this morning. No issues there to report as we head through the first part of your Thursday, except for the fog, as Dakota mentioned. It is thick and dense in the northern half of the area there. You see zero visibility or close to it in a lot of areas this morning, so slow down, take it easy. It's also cooler this morning. 48 Moorhead, 47 Ashland, looks like 54 in Somerset, Monticello, and Jonesville are the warm spots this morning. I was actually scanning the map right there, make sure I didn't miss one. Out the door forecast today, we're back into the low to mid 60s, but a cooler day overall. Dry for the moment, but short-lived because a second cold front will gear up just as we wrap up 2021 and start 2022 on Saturday. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, visitation for the legendary banjo player J.D. Crowe was held yesterday. His visitation was at the Jessamine Christian Church. His funeral is today at 1 o'clock at the same location. Crowe began his bluegrass career in the 1950s with the Sunny Mountain Boys. He later formed the Kentucky Mountain Boys. In 1971, he changed the name of the group to the New South, which many consider one of the most influential bluegrass groups. He was 84 years old. The Prestonsburg community said goodbye to a beloved doctor yesterday, vowing to keep his memory alive in the mountains he loved. Dr. Mike Goble died last Thursday at 40 years old after a battle with pancreatic cancer. The doctor, who led the COVID-19 team at Highlands ARH and practiced family medicine at ARH and Prestonsburg Primary Care, is now being remembered as a bright light that was extinguished too soon.
He cared deeply for his patients, this community, this hospital, and especially his family.
Now, his colleagues say he was always pitching in and helping out with a true heart for service, and they want to keep his memory alive for years to come. At Baptist Health Richmond, healthcare workers are already seeing more COVID hospitalizations than last January, and they are expecting this surge to get worse. Hospital officials report seeing more patients in the ER test positive for the virus. They're also seeing more young people get sick as young as 20 years old. Unlike many hospitals across the Commonwealth, Baptist Health Richmond is fully staffed, but officials are prepared to make changes if a COVID influx arrives.
We have leadership and ancillary staff and nurses that are in professional roles who are ready, educated, and can jump in and help if necessary.
The hospital also created more rooms for COVID patients. Governor Andy Beshear says the positivity rate continues to increase and believes it is now clear that Kentucky is in a surge from the Omicron variant. Yesterday's positivity rate reached a new record for the year. Now the state reported 5,530 new cases, bringing our case total to more than 850,000. We had 21 new deaths as well, putting the Commonwealth's death toll at 12,118. The positivity rate is now at 14.46%. There are also now more than 2.5 million Kentuckians now vaccinated. You can always find the latest COVID-19 information on our website at WYMT.com. Well, in the state's largest city, Louisville, COVID cases have more than tripled in the last week. Meanwhile, some universities across the country are delaying their spring semester because of the surge. Now, the surge is impacting many communities in concerning ways. In Cincinnati, a state of emergency was issued over shortages within the fire department. Some firefighters out with COVID was a factor.
I declare the emergency, in part to let everyone know, once again, that this is a serious crisis and that people should monitor their own personal health risks.
A spokesperson for the University of Kentucky says they still plan to start on January 10th, but can pivot if necessary. Well, FEMA was on the ground in Taylor County yesterday. Families there are still recovering and rebuilding from the EF3 tornado hit the region earlier this month. The team from FEMA Disaster Survivor Assistance were going door to door in Taylor County to either sign up people for disaster relief or answer questions in person that people may have had if they applied online or through the phone. Now, in that county alone, roughly 70 properties were damaged and dozens of families have been displaced.
It could be an address, it could be a phone number, it could be some disconnect in what the intake took and what the insurance policies subsequently provide.
Emergency Manager Ronnie Dooley says within the next week or two, they are hoping to open a temporary FEMA assistance center so that residents within Taylor County can get more direct help. Well, Michael Jonathan, the founder of Woodsong's Old Time Radio Hour, is spearheading efforts to collect musical instruments to send to Western Kentucky. Now, it is to replace any instruments that were destroyed or lost. So far, more than 100 instruments have been donated from all parts of the country. One woman even wanted to give away an 800-pound piano. One Richmond music store is making sure all of the instruments are ready to go before being sent out to Western Kentucky.
We were lucky on this one. Somebody was nice enough to put brand new strings on it before they sent it to us. I still need to clean it a little bit. They're not your basic needs, but they're right up there for your emotional needs.
Now, if you would like to donate an instrument, look for this story on our website at WYMT.com. Well, thank you so much for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Well, coming up next, if you want to make some changes to your political profile before voting in the primaries, now it's the time to do just that.
Keeping an eye on another cold front that will be here this weekend moving in. We'll talk about that and track it for you in about 3 minutes.
Get